Dun 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 dun.
Here's another uneducated white male who loves to hear himself talk. This is Beyond Facts with Dave Phillips.
This is Beyond Facts, an experimental show brought to you by me, your host, Dave Phillips. Move out of the way, Hollywood. Recent studies show your social experiments have failed. Breaking news. California has the worst quality of life in the United States. Great job, Governor Brown. I commend you for your effortless triumphs of despair and poverty. Although some might see failures as failure, we both know homelessness increasing 75% in the past 6 years, which, by the way, was, in your term, you dingbat, is success. And with all successes, we will always see setbacks, like California citizens forgetting how to basically be human. It's a damn shit show, an antisocial epidemic. There is not one place in the U.S. more selfish than California in 2018. But the residents of this wonderfully awful state are just in it for one person, themselves. But let's not forget the overcrowded prison population. Prisoners are living in conditions that are absolutely disgusting. We treat experimental rats better than we do Californian prisoners. As we are taxing the shit out of their citizens, which ultimately transpires into the ever-growing trend of, you guessed it, street apartments and street dwellers, for the simple fact that their average citizen in California just basically cannot pay their rent or mortgage. We truly need the we need the governator back. I don't know if you know this, but Arnold has actually been to the future and came back. So he knows his shit. He will be back. So, fuck all the bullshit. Let's just get right into today's show. Sorry about the honking. Speaking of Californians, their recent protest for non-binary fracking has done absolutely nothing. They are still going to refer to offshore drilling as gender-specific economic growth. Go figure. Also in the news, somebody decided to commit suicide on the north lawn of the White House. Secret Service responds, this is a specifically odd place to take one's life. As you may or may not be aware of, well, I know I wasn't, the Oscars are coming up. Yes, that is right. The prestigious events where we glorify and pay people an outrageous amount of money pretending and playing dress up, which is every 3-year-old's fantasy. Not only do we pay these man and woman and they childs, you see what I did there? I didn't just call man-childs. I was gender specific. I even used they pronouns. But we give them awards for ever-increasing, horrible, absolutely horrible movies. I use a gender-specific term, they childs, okay? I don't know about you, but for me, over the past few years, I don't think there has been one single person deserving a freaking award for anything Hollywood has put out. Sorry, Hollywood, you are failing. And now we have people crying. Not only crying, but casting more white shame on people of pinkish or peach-ish type of pigmentation. CNN also reports the Oscars are still so white. Once again, privileged people casting shade on people of my color. Dude, it feels like I have stepped in a time machine and traveled back 70 years ago. This time, it's opposite segregation and opposite racism. It's pretty much, how do we say the term, coin the term? Oh yeah, fuck white people. I don't know anybody personally that sits around and talks about how bad them blacks are, how bad them whites are, or how bad them yellow, greens, grays, and blues are. Well, you know, that is besides major news and media outlets. They always sit around doing that. Divide and conquer. How do we get out of this ever-increasing trend of casting shade on ethnicities and shades of skin tones? We stop focusing on that and we start focusing on the character and actions of said people. Shall I quote Mr. King? I have a dream. Poor man is probably rolling in his grave, man. Poor dude. Nothing what he dreamed about. Anyway, I love these fear-inducing titles like Trump risks more than a trade war by targeting China. Trump is a businessman, and everybody knows there is a thing called congressional power. President Trump has consistently spoken about bringing industry back to America. I wonder how he's going to do that. And if this starts an actual war like the title is leaning towards, then the leaders of these other countries are absolute pussies. Please, Mr. Trump, refrain from actually calling the leaders of the world pussies. I can, because, well, nobody knows me, and I am nobody. We are actually indebted to China. What does that mean? We owe them money, so we need to pay our bills. And how does this happen? Well, increase the price of imports. We can also expand our mining industry, as well as become the #1 producer of bauxite. If you are yelling at me and saying, bauxite, we are talking about aluminum, you moron. I get that. What do you think aluminum is what do you think aluminum is comprised of? You think they pull sheets of the shit out of the earth? No, we are mining for bauxite. And because it makes up 8.2% of the earth's crust, there's a lot of that shit here in America. We just need more miners. We need people to want to mine. Perhaps that's it. We need more miners. Leaders of industry, perhaps we may be once again. I do want to bring up something since we are talking yet again about removing a part of the earth. Here I go, Greenpeace freak, making something from it. What happens when we dry up and we use all the resources we have to offer, on Earth? I think we should be talking and we should be more focused on discussing the colonization of outer space and begin planning on using other planets and moons and bodies of rocks and material on other local planets. We need to start expanding interworldly, so to speak, if we as a species want to survive as well as preserve the other amazing creatures of this world, of planet Earth. On a lighter subject, a Siberian airline passenger has been arrested today after slut-shaming a baby on the plane in flight. Yes, you heard me correctly. Immediately after sexually assaulting one person and punching and choking many others, including children, this man shamed a baby by calling her a slut. My question to you, was he right or wrong for slut-shaming a baby? I also wonder what the hell this dude had in his fucking coffee. What do you gotta be fucking drinking or on to be calling a baby a slut and choking children and men and women? DARPA's director Stephen Walker is announcing space technologies are increasingly becoming cheaper, as well as mentioning space wars like the Air Force. General David L. Goldfein is increasingly becoming a thing. Star Wars is amongst us, my friends. The Pentagon and intelligence community have stated that space has become more militarized and U.S. satellites are vulnerable. What does that mean? We got to protect our shit, man. We got to be up there fighting for our freedom. PewDiePie better be careful on what memes he posts, because yesterday in Sweden, a woman was arrested and faces 2 years for posting a meme of a Muslim man having his brain removed and replaced with poo. He had his brain removed and replaced with poo. And after he did this, he turned into a radical terrorist. So terrorist brains are shit. And understand this. This is exactly what some of these leftist socialites are trying to do in America. They are trying to exterminate free speech and freedom of press. So pretty soon that could be you. If you post a meme of something that they don't agree with, you can be arrested. Look at InfoWars, who officially got their third strike today because CNN is spreading false information about them, and the masses who watch CNN religiously are trolling Alex Jones and InfoWars. Well, that is it for today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. So I guess you can watch me again tomorrow. Don't forget to share this video. That way as many people can watch as possibly possible. Give me your money on patreon.com/idioms, as well as going to Teespring and buying up the shirts that I created. The links will be in the bio below. So let me know if you like this video simply by giving it a thumbs up. And until next time, people, have a great day and know I love you. And until next time, give me your money at idioms.com/ or patreon.com/idioms, IDIOMZ.